everyone, it is I, Katie, and welcome back to another video.
Pick your season or occupation. It's time to send in your application. Get to know your short-term friends. You only talk to till summer ends. The best way.
I like to do crafts and I like to make my own jewelry. Today, that is what we're going to be doing. I've made a video before where I made this necklace. Okay, we'll start with the ones that I bought myself. If you've watched my videos for a while, you know I wear this one quite frequently. It's the shark tooth necklace, of course, and I will link these two below if you guys, they're both from Etsy if you want to check them out. This one is, if you watch the Outer Banks, you know that Kiara has a very similar necklace, and I've always liked it, so I thought I could get it. It's not the same crystal as hers. Hers is a little smaller, this one's a little more bigger. But this one's really nice, and I think it looks good with you when you layer stuff on top. This is a Pura Vida necklace my brother got me for Christmas. I do wear this a lot, actually. I'll link this down below also if you guys want to check that out. So here are the three necklaces that I didn't make myself, or someone got them for me. And now here are the ones that I made myself. So we'll go over here. This one is pretty easy. I actually wear this one a lot. I layer this one with this necklace. This one I actually made fairly recently, and it's kind of broken, so I will need to fix that. This one is one with the like clay beads that I made a while back. I didn't put a loop. I think there was one, but it fell off, or like it kind of got undone. I made this in a previous video. This is with sea beads. This is, I don't really know what the word, like there's a name for it, but I call it a hair wrap necklace because this is the same process that you use when you put embroidery floss in your hair. I'm going to be showing you guys how to make this one. There's a piece of hair stuck to it. This one, I will also show you guys how to loop a piece of wire into the shell. I'm going to be showing you guys how to make these necklaces. Most of the stuff I have kind of accumulated over the years, I guess. I like to use this plain black elastic string rather than this one because this one's a little harder to knot. So I usually use about 4 to 5 colors. It's typically 5 colors. And I will also put the video that I followed below if I can find it again. But here is this necklace that I wear quite a lot. As you can tell, it is kind of fraying, and you can tell it's been worn. Started looping the lobster clasp onto the little knotted thing, and I will show you guys how to do that later. But right now we have to pick our colors. I've picked my 5 colors. I will show you guys the colors that I chose. Okay, so here are the 5 colors that I chose. I think these are all pretty distinct, so it's going to be easier for me to figure out which is which. I have a different tripod with me. The one that I used in my previous video about making a sea bead necklace, I had a specific tripod that I was able to point it down to my hands, but I don't have that with me today, so I'm going to try my best to kind of show you guys how I make them. I'll go ahead and grab my scissors and cut the length that I want. Honestly, I don't really do a certain length, and I think I've decided just to do 4 colors because I don't want to confuse you all. Because I think it'll look fine no matter how many strings I do. So now that you've cut all of your strings, you're going to leave them like this. I can't remember if, I think I do tie them or do them like this. Okay. Once you got that done, you're going to make sure all of them match up. And then you're going kind of like, if you have made a friendship bracelet before, it's the same process. You're going to loop them like this, fold them together. Take the top and you're going to bring this down and then do a little knot. You want to make sure the knot is big enough you will be able to loop put a lobster clasp on it. Once you have that down, you're going to push the little knot up tightly. And what I like to do is I like to take my scissors and close them together and loop them like that. Open the scissors up through the little loop, stretch them around. Okay, now that I have this string all in order according to that, I'm going to take this string, put them all together now that I have a certain order, and I'll show you guys how to loop that around. I have improvised and stacked my phone on top of the bin. So what you're going to do is you're going to take the first color your choice, which in my sense is going to be this color. You're going to loop it around the string, and you're going to put it like that. Bring it around so it's a little loop and it rests up there. You're going to repeat that process. And since my phone's at an awkward spot, it's kind of hard for me to do this. So you're just going to bring it around like that. And again, this is a pretty easy process. So once you kind of get the first part down, it's going to be easy for you guys to do this. Put it around like that. Once it's covered, you're going to put the string back underneath the group of string, like that. You're going to take your string, put it like a 4. You're going to put the purple string, or whatever you've chosen, loop it underneath the group of string, and you're going to knot it. So this is what it should look like. And then all I have to do is just tighten this and then bring that loop up. After you've tied it twice, you can kind of see I did that there. You're just going to take this string and put it on the other side like that. So then it looks like the knots are facing this way. And then you're going to take the second color of your choice, which in my sense is this like purplish bluish color. So then I'm going to do that exact same process and knot it the same. And then I'm going to go ahead and take some other string, loop them together, and I'll show you guys how to knot those. I think I am going to go ahead and demonstrate on that purple one and just go ahead and tie that on there. You finished your necklace. Obviously mine's not done. You finished your necklace and everything, and you have your little lobster clasp right here. This one's a little bit bigger, but I figured I could just do that to show you guys. You're going to take any colored string. I like to take ones that are similar to the ones that I use. Any length of string is fine. I like to give myself a little more just so it's easier for me to tie. You have your string. You're going to loop one end into the little lobster clasp hole right there. You're going to loop it in. Then you're going to do it kind of in the middle of this, and you're going to take your 2 strings and you're going to tie them together. I like to do it more than once, that way I know it's going to be secure. You take these 2 strings, try and match them up, and if they're not totally matched up, that's okay. You're going to take your bracelet, your necklace again, take your little lobster clasp, poke it through the loop, put it in the middle like you kind of did when you're tying the lobster clasp to the string. You're going to take your 2 strings that you've already tied together and your lobster clasp, and you're going to tie them. And if you want, you can leave it like this, but I'm going to fold them together and tie them like this. That way it's a little bit closer. You really don't have to tie as aggressive as I'm doing, but I just like to do it just to stay safe because I don't want this to break when I'm wearing it, and I certainly don't want to lose the lobster clasp. As you can see, I've started this one, haven't finished it, but I don't think I'm going to ever finish it. So let's just pretend that this is your necklace. So I'm going to clip this back to my clipboard. When you make your bracelets, you usually tie them at the end. Let me grab a bracelet actually and show you guys that. This is a bracelet I've made before. This one has 5 colors, so it's a little bit different. But as you can see, when I finished the bracelet, I knotted it very similar to the way that I knotted the necklace at the beginning. And then this side, right here, this is the beginning of the bracelet, and this is the end of the bracelet, so there's no loop right here. So it looks like that. This time, you're going to try and put the knot a little farther away from the first one you just made. So you should have 2 knots, and you should be able to poke this area right here in the middle. That way, when you finish making your necklace, I will demonstrate it again. Let's just pretend this is the end. Now you'll be able to poke the lobster clasp through there. My dog is trying to get into my room. Now, we're going to make this necklace. And this one's pretty easy. I like to use a black colored wire just because it's easier and it looks nicer. Get through there and trim it like that. And it should just pop off. Poke it through the little hole that's already been made. Slide it to the middle. Then you're going to direct the 2 wires to the sky. Then you're going to take your wire and you're just going to kind of loop it around the 2 of them. You can use your fingers for this, but I like to use pliers because it's precise. Then you're going to bend them down. See how I kind of already looped it together? You're going to hold this down and you're going to go like that. So it's kind of like an upside down U, like that. You're going to take your wires again and you're going to loop these 2 wires. You want it to make it long enough that you'll be able to put the string or the beads through. Poke it through the loop, tie it together. And the reason why I put wire through the little shell is because every time I try to put it, just use the hole that's already in the shell. Every time I try to do that, the shell is on its side and it's never facing the way I want it to. Hello? There's a fire station next to our neighborhood, and they always use our neighborhood to cut through. You're going to take any color bead you want. I just did 2 colors, and that's what we're going to do this time. You can use any amount of colors that you want. So I put the colors on. I ended up just doing the same style I did the other one. I ended up just doing this purple, pretty purple color and white. Loop it through this and loop this down like that. Tie it around my finger, like that. Poke the string through. Yay, it worked. So I tied it differently than what I said I was going to. So I curved the black string, took a purple string and tied it all together so a little loop was created. Okay, now we get the beads. Poke this through the little loop that I made. This doesn't look as good as the other one, but you get the gist. I hope you guys enjoyed the little tutorials I gave you guys. I really like making the hair wrap necklace. They're really fun. I like choosing the different colors and stuff. But if you have hair wrapped your hair before or have seen someone do it, that's going to be a little bit easy for you guys. But it's also not a very hard thing to figure out. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day or whenever you're watching this, and I will see you guys in the next summer series episode.
Summer ends. The best way to spend your day in it when you're only making $10 every 60 minutes. Let's clock out, you and me, wander over. Let's clock out, you and me, wander over West County. Take my hand, shop and see, only get paid hourly. We can couple, I can drive, listening to Jackson 5, we can make it.